Do you trust me?
Yes. Depends. I guess.
This is not a trick question. Do you trust me?
Yes.
Do you trust that I will never give you a homework assignment and set you up for failure?
Yes.
So I get the last couple of days, they were tough. And I didn't lay out, do this, do this, do this on every single problem. I get it. But I promise you, I will never not provide you adequate information for what you're doing. Now, is it going to be exact? No. May you have to persevere and work a little bit? 100%. Am I going to spoon feed you answers? Never. And some of you don't want to work hard. Things have always come easy, so as soon as something gets hard, you're like, nah. As a class as a whole, I've heard more complaining about Miss Hoff never helping, Miss Hoff not showing us how to do something, how hard the history test was, how difficult it was to do your science presentation. Your ELA stuff is hard. You're expected to read. You have to follow directions. And it's teacher, 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 teacher issue. At some point, you guys have to stand up and realize it's not all on us. If you are saying it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault, it's their fault, who's the common denominator? You. You are the person involved in all of those situations. And I'm not saying you're at fault for all of them, Brant. But I'm also not saying it cannot be every teacher's fault and never anything on you. Step up and say, you know what, I only studied 20 minutes for history. That's on me. I should have studied a lot longer than that, a lot more than that, way before I did. I should have worked on my science project outside of class, not just in class, if I wanted a better grade. I should be reading instead of coloring during enrichment. I need to reference Miss Hoff's videos, or I need to email her at night, or I need to show up when I say I'm coming in the morning. Guys, I email people all night long. 10:15 last night, I was still responding to emails. Not always am I that late. I want to help you, but I will not. Are you doing okay today? Are you doing okay? I don't want you to do that to me, so I'm not going to do that to you, because that's super annoying, agreed? Like, I might check in and say, like, you good? And if you say, like, yeah, I'm good, I'm going to leave you alone. But if you're not good, you got to say something. Or you have to say, I don't know how to do this. But if I look, especially today when you're going to work on your work, if I look out and you're like, I don't know how to do this, you don't have your notes out, you haven't watched the video, I'm not helping you. Because at some point, you have to help yourself. Do you follow what I'm saying here? Life is tough sometimes. You have to be able to figure this out. Part of my job, and people can get mad at me about this, but I will forever tell people, part of my job is to make you the best human being that you can possibly be. I would love if you knew how to do math on the side. My main job is not to teach you math. I set my expectation here because every single one of you can reach it. Sometimes is it uncomfortable to be pushed that hard? Yes. Sometimes you have to work harder than you've ever worked in your life? Yes, but it's worth it. I get pushed out of my comfort zone on a daily basis. It's like my goal. I want to learn. That's how you learn. Am I going to make mistakes? Am I going to, in your guys' words, am I going to fail? 100%. There's a lot of days that are more fails than wins. But I figure it out, and you can too. I need you guys to step your game up. You're capable. Right now you're like, eh. Choose your attitude. I can do this. I'm going to do this. It might not be fun. It might not be easy, but I'm going to do it. That's what I need from each and every single one of you. Cool? Okay. Now I'll tell you, over the last 2 days, for the most part, I'd say 50% of us have worked our tails off. But I don't feel confident that you feel confident in what we're doing. Do you know what I mean by that? Like if I gave you a quiz right now, I'm not sure you'd feel confident over what we did the last 2 days. Agreed? And I don't want to move on from that because that's not fair to you guys. So what we are going to do, I have adjusted my lesson plans. Today we're learning nothing new. We are just going to go over again 3.5 and 3.4, making sure that we understand what an intercept is, what a slope is, how to find an x-intercept, how to find a y-intercept, how to graph them. Okay? Tomorrow, you guys are going to the play during third and fourth period. I have math classes, obviously, then. We don't want to miss this day because I want you to take your test before Thanksgiving break. So your number one priority is 3534 online because it's due at 8 a.m. on Thursday. When you get done with that, you can start on 36. It's open. It's posted. The video is up. Tomorrow, if you choose, like, I'm not going to do it today, that's fine because you guys will have class tomorrow. Okay? Some people said, I'm going to watch the video in enrichment tomorrow, and then I'm going to use all of 7th period just to work on the online. That's fine. Some people said, I'm going to do all the video and the online tonight. That's fine. But tomorrow you are going to be in math, and you're going to stay busy because if I have to say, find something to do, sit down, stop talking, don't be annoying. And then that online is due Friday at 8 a.m. Follow what we're doing the next 2 days. Okay? This one doesn't open until you get 100% on this one. So today your focus is 3534 online. I had some people get it done in 20 minutes. Then they started watching this video, and I have a note sheet that I'll give you to take notes with me, and you'll do the online before Friday. Okay? Now, let's talk about what you've learned the past couple of days. On Monday, we learned 3-5 intercepts. Tell me what you know about intercepts. What information did you use on Monday when they asked you to find intercepts? Nolan. Very good. So for your y-intercept, you know x equals 0. And for your x-intercept, y equals 0. You plugged in 0 for the opposite letter. Then there were times they asked you to graph based off the intercepts. Now remember, when you graph based off the intercepts, one of them is going to be on the x-axis, one of them is going to be on the y-axis, and you can connect the graph. I remember as you guys were doing this, you're like, oh, this is so easy. I plug in 0 for x one time, I plug in 0 for y. If your directions say x and y intercepts, you're plugging in zeros. Yesterday we did 3-4, which was slope-intercept form. What is that equation?
Y equals mx plus b.
Solid. You guys are the most boisterous with that. Nicely done. Reminding you that m is your slope and b is your y-intercept. M is your slope. That's the number always in front of x. And b is your y-intercept. That's where your starting point, the number without a letter. Now, if they want you to graph, the very first thing you need to do is to plot your y-intercept. So I'm going to plot my y-intercept, and then I'm going to use my slope. Whoopsies. Slope is rise over run. Remember, you can rise up and you can rise down. How do you know when to do each? Bingo, negative or positive. And then I'm just going to tell you right now, you're always running to the right. Now, here's where people got frustrated today. It says, find the x and y intercept. People get y by itself. They put in the slope. They put in the y-intercept, and it says you're wrong. And they're like, oh, I did this right. Yeah, if you were finding the slope and y-intercept, but that's not what it asked you. Read directions. People like skim. Well, some of them are going to say x and y-intercept. That's a different process. Some of them are going to say slope and y-intercept. That's a different process. You have note sheets for Monday, Tuesday. I also have my videos unlocked for Monday, Tuesday. Go skip to where we were. Okay? The hour is yours. This is your priority. I'm going to bring you a note sheet. 3534 is due 8 a.m. tomorrow. 36 is due 8 a.m. Friday.